My name is Rebecca Davis, and I am a pastor, and I have recently experienced the tragedy of a miscarriage. Yes, me, a spiritual leader, a prayer warrior, a pastor. But I have found that God can be a very present help in the time of miscarriage. He came in and helped me in my lowest point, and I believe that He can come in and help you. Today, God has a word for your womb. It was the day before Thanksgiving in 2012, this past Thanksgiving, and I was just going for a regular routine checkup to check on the baby, and I go in there and the nurse is scrambling. She can't find the heartbeat. And I just remember her saying to me, if there's something wrong, she says, know that it's not your fault. And over the next few moments, as I'm trying to just grapple with what she was saying, her voice just kept ringing in my ear. And they proceeded to send me down the street to a specialist. And I go down there, and I don't really remember much about it. I just remember seeing the pictures of the dead baby that was in my belly. And I remember the nurse coming in with some Kleenex and just apologizing, saying sorry. And she sent me in to see the doctor, and he was there. And I just remember him saying very emphatically that not even God gets it right all the time. Now, you know, me as a spiritual person, I refused to receive what he had said, and I knew that God was trying to teach me something and show me something in this moment. But before I go into exactly what he taught me and how he showed me that he was with me, I just want to tell you all this first. A few weeks ago, I was in D.C. and I had to speak there, and the pastor there gave me a book. Now, he didn't know my story. He didn't know that I had recently experienced a miscarriage. All he knew was that I was a woman pastor. So he hands me this book, and it was called A Word for Your Womb by Alicia Waters. Now, the book is wonderful. It's fantastic. I am not knocking it at all. Go get the book. However, in the book, she uses womb more metaphorically. And as a person who had just experienced the loss of a baby, who had gone through a D&C, experiencing the emotional turmoil that comes with a miscarriage, I was looking for something a little more literal. I was really looking for a word for my womb. And so here we are today, because I know that there are a lot of you who have gone through this, who have suffered through this, and really have suffered through this alone. And today I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that God has a word for your womb. So here it is. He showed me four things that helped me get through this miscarriage. The first one was he showed me that I am not alone. He sent somebody to me, actually, by way of my son's godmom, who has actually lost a child also, but it wasn't a miscarriage. Her son died at the age of 21. It was one of those. And she was able to come and be with me and talk with me. We cried, we laughed, we prayed, we did it all. But it put me in such a different mental space to know that somebody else could understand what I was going through. And see, a lot of times, ladies, we suffer through this alone. We don't talk about it. We choose to just internalize it, and we get depressed. We isolate ourselves. And I just want to tell you, first of all, that that's not the way. God showed me that there is healing in us helping each other, encouraging each other, talking about it, telling your story, encouraging these younger ladies who will come after us. The doctor told me that 40 to 50% of all babies are lost. That means that almost every other woman you meet has experienced the loss of a child, has experienced a miscarriage. And that high percentile doesn't even account for the women who have a hard time even getting pregnant at all, who are barren, who can't even get pregnant. And so we all have this going on. We all have stories. We all have testimonies, and we can benefit from one another. So you're not alone. Number 2, he taught me that I did not have to be afraid. He kept bringing that text back to my remembrance, Isaiah 41:10, that says, "Fear not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." He said, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to try again. Don't be afraid of your own body. I made your body. That's what he told me. He's like, don't be afraid of the shame that comes with it, because I did. I felt very ashamed, especially as a public figure, as somebody who had already announced her pregnancy. I felt very ashamed. Like, what was wrong with me? What was wrong with my body? Why couldn't I carry this child? But he told me I didn't have to be afraid of that. And then thirdly, he told me that he was with me. And I found so much solace and peace to know that God was with me. Know that he is on your side. He is not against you. He is not just waiting around wanting you to miscarry and wanting you not to have a child. He is on your side. Please always remember that. And then fourthly, which I think is really one of the most powerful things, he showed me that my breakthrough was in prayer. So take Hannah, for instance. Hannah is here. She's barren. She can't have a child. She wanted desperately to have a child for her husband. And the Bible says that she goes to the temple and she's there and she's praying. She's really laying it all out before the Lord. And the Bible says that so much so that her mouth was moving, but no words were coming out. And the priest thought that she was crazy. He thought that she was drunk. And so he's like, how long will you be a drunken woman? And she says, sir, I'm not drunk. And he comforts her. He reassures her. He said, well then, he said, God grant you. You go in peace. Be comforted. God grant you that which you have asked him for today. And sure enough, she has, a year later, she conceived. Well, listen, we have to lay it all out before God. We need to pray to him like it's like we're just leaving everything on the court. I don't know how else to say that. That if somebody walked in the room while we were praying, they would think we were drunk or think we were crazy. But really, our breakthrough lies right there in prayer. So listen, I want to speak directly to you today. I want to really speak this word over you. That number 1, you are not alone. Number 2, you do not have to be afraid of shame, of reproach. You don't have to be afraid of any of that. Number 3, God is with you. He is on your side. Never forget that. Never, ever forget that. And 3, your breakthrough will come in prayer. There is life in you. I hear God saying in Isaiah 54, enlarge your tent. Make your house ready. Prepare your bedrooms, your extra bedrooms, your crib, your whatever the case may be. There is life in your womb. God is for you, and he wants to give you your heart's desire. So listen, today, don't be discouraged, but be encouraged to know that God is with you, and he has a word for your womb. God bless.